Every transformation begins with an ending. As the philosopher Seneca once said, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. What if I told you that in just 7 days, you could become an entirely new person, not just slightly improved, but so dramatically different that even those closest to you would barely recognize you? This isn't a gimmick. This isn't about motivation or temporary bursts of inspiration. This is a raw, disciplined, and calculated plan to reinvent yourself from the inside out. You don't need a lifetime. You need 1 week of absolute dedication. By the time you're done, you will no longer be the person you were. You will be the version of yourself that commands respect, embodies discipline, and moves with unshakable purpose. This is about taking control of your life, about refusing to remain trapped in the same cycles that have held you back, about breaking the old patterns that have kept you stagnant and stepping fully into your potential. The world has conditioned you to wait for change, to wait for the perfect moment. But those who transform don't wait. They act. They decide. Real change doesn't take years. It happens in an instant. The moment you commit to something without hesitation. The moment you choose to step beyond the limits of who you've been. In the next 7 days, everything about you, your mindset, your habits, your body, your presence, will shift. This is your reset button, but you must commit. There can be no half measures, no excuses. If you're ready to take full control of your future, listen carefully. Your transformation begins now. Day 1. Destroy the old self. Before you can build, you must first destroy. Today, you go to war with the version of yourself that has been holding you back. The one that hesitates, that doubts, that clings to comfort. The one that has lived in the shadows of their potential instead of stepping fully into their power. You must recognize everything that has kept you trapped, the habits that drain you, the beliefs that limit you, the routines that reinforce mediocrity. This is not a day for reflection alone. It is a day for action. Identify the version of yourself that you no longer wish to be. Write it down. Every habit, every excuse, every behavior that has kept you small. And then destroy it. Burn the paper. Rip it to shreds. Do whatever it takes to make a physical declaration that you are finished with the old self. This is your rebirth, a psychological reset, a signal to your mind that you are stepping into a new era. The discomfort of change is nothing compared to the pain of staying the same. The mind resists transformation because it fears the unknown, but that fear is just a wall waiting to be broken down. You are no longer who you were yesterday. From this moment forward, every action you take must align with the person you are becoming. There is no turning back. Every time doubt creeps in, remind yourself, you are no longer that person. You are evolving. You are stepping into the highest version of yourself. So take a brutally honest inventory of your life. What behaviors have been holding you back? Do you wake up late? Waste time on distractions? Surround yourself with people who drain your energy. Write them all down. Then, one by one, eliminate them. Identify the emotional crutches you rely on, whether it's food, social media, or mindless entertainment to escape your problems. Recognize them and begin cutting them out. Detox your mind and environment. Clear your space. Remove the clutter that clouds your focus. Create an atmosphere that fosters discipline and growth. Then, write a letter of resignation to your old self. Acknowledge the version of you that got you here, but make it clear you are moving forward. Burn it. Watch the flames consume everything that no longer serves you. This is the moment you leave the past behind and commit to your new self. Day 2. Physical reinvention. Your body is a direct reflection of your discipline. If you look weak, You've been living weak. If you move sluggishly, your mind is sluggish. Today, you take full control of your physical being. This isn't just about fitness. It's about commanding respect, both from yourself and from others. The way you carry yourself, the way you move, the way you fuel your body, these are all reflections of your commitment to self-mastery. The ancient Stoics understood this well. They embraced physical hardship, not just to strengthen their bodies, but to train their minds. Seneca subjected himself to voluntary discomfort, fasting, exposing himself to cold, not because he had to, but because he wanted to build resilience. By mastering your body, you are mastering your mind. Discipline in physical training mirrors discipline in thought. When you push your body past its limits, you teach your mind to endure. When you train through discomfort, you condition yourself to face life's challenges with unshakable strength. From this day forward, your body is no longer something you neglect or abuse. It is your weapon, your fortress, your foundation. Engage in rigorous physical training. Strengthen your muscles, push your endurance, break past every mental barrier that tells you to stop. Your goal is not just to exercise, it is to push yourself so far that your mind begins to follow. If you are older or limited in movement, it does not matter. Walk, stretch, move. Do something every single day to challenge your body. Strength is not about youth, it is about commitment. Take cold showers. Condition yourself against comfort. Train your reflexes, your willpower, your resilience. Fuel your body with clean energy. Eliminate processed foods, sugar, alcohol, anything that dulls your clarity and weakens your discipline. Hydrate. Treat your body as the foundation of your power, because it is. Stand tall, move with confidence. Carry yourself like the person you wish to become, starting now. Take a picture today. 1 week from now, you will compare it to your new self, and the difference will be undeniable. Day 3. Mental upgrade. Your mind controls everything. If you want to become unrecognizable, your mindset must shift completely. This is not just about thinking differently. It is about rewiring your perception of yourself and the world. Every belief you hold is either an asset or a limitation. If you want to transform, you must take control of these beliefs and rewrite them. Start questioning everything. Who told you that you couldn't achieve more? What fears have dictated your actions? What invisible barriers have held you back? Identify them, then dismantle them one by one. The Stoics believed that our perception of reality determines our experience of it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. You must train yourself to control your reactions. Life will test you, hardships will come, but how you respond determines your level of growth. Speak with certainty, eliminate weak language. Stop saying I can't, I don't know, or maybe. Speak with conviction. Words shape reality, and how you speak to yourself defines who you become. Practice voluntary discomfort. Train yourself to embrace hardship, fasting, cold exposure, physical challenges. The more adversity you willingly endure, the more unshakable you become. Every day, visualize the person you are becoming. Close your eyes and see yourself walking, speaking, and moving as this new version of you. Your mind cannot distinguish between real and imagined experiences. Repeated visualization programs your subconscious to adapt. From this day forward, you will act as if you are already the person you wish to become. Every action, every habit, every decision must reflect your highest potential. Day 4. Commanding social presence. People treat you based on how they perceive you. If they see you the same way they always have, they will interact with you the same way they always have. If you want to transform, you must change not just how you look and think, but how you project yourself to the world. Presence is not about speaking louder or demanding attention. It is about energy. It is about confidence. When you enter a room, do you command respect? Do you exude authority, assurance, and purpose? Or do you blend into the background, unnoticed, forgettable? From this day forward, your presence will no longer be weak or passive. Today, you redefine how the world sees you. Start with your body language. Stand tall. Keep your shoulders back. Move with intention. Never slouch, never shrink yourself. Your posture tells the world whether you are a leader or a follower before you even speak a word. When you speak, do so with clarity and certainty. Eliminate filler words, hesitations, and weak phrasing. Do not dilute your statements with "I think," "maybe," or "I'm not sure." Instead, speak decisively. Your words carry weight only when you believe in them yourself. Learn the power of silence. Those who command respect do not fill every moment with unnecessary words. They speak when needed, and when they do, people listen. Your presence should be felt before you even speak. The moment you enter a room, you must own the space, not with arrogance, but with quiet, undeniable confidence. Master eye contact. Look people directly in the eye when you speak. It is a subtle but powerful act that signals dominance, presence, and control. The strongest communicators never avert their gaze in uncertainty. They hold steady. Your voice must be steady, calm, and deliberate. Do not rush. Do not stammer. Speak as though every word matters, because it does. Observe great leaders, orators, and warriors. Study how they speak, how they move, how they hold themselves. Then embody those traits until they become second nature. Your transformation is not just internal, it must be visible. Upgrade your style. Dress with purpose. Wear clothes that make you feel powerful and refined. This is not vanity, this is strategy. People judge competence and confidence within seconds of meeting you. Use that to your advantage. Take care of your grooming. A well-groomed appearance signals discipline. Discipline breeds respect. Presence is not just how you look, it is the energy you carry. It is the balance of strength and warmth, authority and approachability. People gravitate toward those who make them feel something. From now on, you will walk with certainty. You will speak with purpose. You will exist as though you already are the highest version of yourself, and the world will respond accordingly. Day 5. Relentless execution. Most people dream, they plan, they hesitate. They tell themselves they will start tomorrow, and that is why they remain the same. You are not most people. Today, you become the person who acts. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not isn't intelligence. It isn't luck. It is the ability to execute despite uncertainty. It is the ability to take action even when they are afraid, even when the path is unclear. From this moment forward, you will break free from the prison of hesitation. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It does not exist. The only moment you have is now. Make a list of 3 things that you have been avoiding. 3 things that, if completed, would move your life forward. Now do them. No overthinking, no hesitation. Action is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The more you hesitate, the weaker you become. Most people overanalyze until they are paralyzed by indecision. But action creates momentum. The second you start moving, doubt begins to fade. Train yourself to be decisive. Make decisions quickly. Adjust as you go. Those who hesitate too long allow opportunities to slip through their fingers. The greatest leaders in history were not the ones who never made mistakes. They were the ones who acted and corrected their course along the way. Adopt the mindset of radical responsibility. No one is coming to save you. No one else will do the work for you. Your progress is entirely up to you. Every single day, take at least one massive action toward your goals. Do not allow yourself to remain in the realm of theory. There is only execution, and those who execute relentlessly, they are the ones who rise. Day 6. Building a personal system. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind. If you rely on motivation, you will fail. Success is built on systems. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is not talent, nor is it intelligence. It is the ability to create structured, repeatable processes that ensure progress even when motivation is gone. Today, you build the system that will make your success inevitable. Structure your days. Create a schedule that eliminates randomness. Block out time for the things that matter. Make your routine so automatic that productivity is no longer a choice. It is simply what you do. Design an environment that forces you to stay on track. Remove distractions. Set up reminders. Eliminate anything that tempts you to revert to your old self. Track your progress relentlessly. What gets measured gets improved. If you do not track your habits, your growth will always be vague and unstructured. Understand this. Self-discipline is not about willpower, it is about systems. The fewer decisions you have to make, the more energy you can devote to execution. Create habits that compound over time. Set daily, non-negotiable actions that push you forward. Even when you are tired, even when you don't feel like it, your system ensures that you continue to rise, because motivation fades, but a well-built system, that remains. Day 7. Solidifying your new identity. By now, you are no longer the same person who started this journey. Your mindset has shifted, your body has transformed, your habits have been redefined. But transformation is not just about change, it is about solidification. The mind craves familiarity. Your old self will try to resurface. Your old habits will attempt to pull you back. This is the moment where most people fail, when they allow themselves to return to the comfort of who they were. But you are not most people. From this moment forward, you must be vigilant. Every choice you make either reinforces your new identity or pulls you back into the past. There is no neutral ground. Write down your long-term vision. Where will you be in a month, in a year, in 10 years? Who is the person you are committed to becoming? Visualize it daily. Make every action align with that vision. Your environment must reflect your transformation. Remove anything that reminds you of your old self, whether it is habits, distractions, or even people who pull you backward. Surround yourself with those who elevate you, those who challenge you, those who reinforce your growth. This is not the end of your transformation. It is only the beginning. You have done in 1 week what most never do in a lifetime. You have proven that change is not slow, nor is it impossible. It is a decision. You have stepped into the version of yourself that is unstoppable. And now you must live it every day, without exception, because once you have seen the truth, you can never unsee it. You now have the blueprint. The only thing left is to execute. You have reached the point of no return. The old self is gone. The past version of you, the one who hesitated, who made excuses, who accepted mediocrity, has been left behind. What remains is the unshakable foundation of your new identity. But here's the truth, most people won't tell you. This is where the real challenge begins. Transformation is not about what you do for a few days or even a week. It's about who you become permanently. The final test isn't in starting, it's in sustaining. Many people can summon the energy to change for a short period, but those who truly reinvent themselves, they are the ones who refuse to retreat. the crucial shift from temporary change to permanent identity. Look around at the world. The reason so few people truly evolve isn't because they don't have the ability. It's because they don't have the discipline to maintain their evolution. They relapse, they slide back into comfort, they make progress, but then they stop reinforcing it. But not you. You are not the kind of person who falls back into old patterns. From this moment forward, you will build a fortress of habits so strong that backsliding becomes impossible. Step 1. Lock in your new standards. The version of you that existed before this transformation had low standards. Maybe you allowed yourself to sleep in. Maybe you accepted procrastination as normal. Maybe you let your mind be poisoned by distractions. But now, your standards have changed. And here's the secret. High standards are only difficult at first. At the beginning, waking up early feels unnatural. Avoiding distractions requires effort. Maintaining discipline feels like a battle, but the mind adapts. And once your new standards become second nature, anything less than them will feel unacceptable. Think about it. A person who has always been undisciplined sees waking up early as a struggle. But for someone who has locked in that habit, sleeping in feels unnatural. A person who has lived in physical weakness sees exercise as a burden. But for someone who has built the habit, movement is as necessary as breathing. Your brain craves consistency, so give it no option but to sustain your new standards. Create unbreakable rules for yourself, not suggestions, not things you hope to maintain. Rules, for example, I do not negotiate my wake-up time. I do not allow distractions into my space. I do not break promises to myself. When you internalize these, your actions are no longer based on motivation. They are based on identity. You no longer have to force yourself to take action. You simply do it because it is who you are. Step 2. Protect your mind like a fortress. Your transformation didn't happen by accident. It happened because you fed your mind with discipline, focus, and a refusal to accept weakness. But the moment you let the wrong influences in, whether it's negative people, useless distractions, or weak habits, you risk undoing everything. Your mind is your greatest weapon, but only if you guard it relentlessly. So from now on, limit exposure to anything that lowers your standards. If something doesn't push you forward, it has no place in your life. Eliminate negative influences. Anyone who encourages your old habits must be kept at a distance. Control what enters your mind. Everything you read, listen to, and watch should reinforce your transformation, not weaken it. The mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant will grow. Plant discipline, strength, and resilience. Burn everything else. Step 3. Master the art of relentless self-discipline. There will be days when you feel tired, days when your old self tries to creep back in, days when you want to take the easy road. Those are the days that define you. The weak will justify slipping back. They will say, just this once, just today. And before they know it, they are exactly who they used to be. But the strong recognize those moments for what they are, tests. When the temptation to slack off arises, that is when you must double down. When your mind tries to convince you to take a break, that is when you push harder. This is how the elite separate themselves from the average, not by how they act when things are easy, but by how they act when their discipline is tested. Most people don't fail because they lack talent or intelligence. They fail because they lack the will to maintain what they started. You will not be one of them. Step 4. Develop an obsession with progress. You did not come this far just to remain stagnant. The true transformation is not in reaching the next level. It is in never stopping the climb. Every day you must wake up with a hunger to improve, not because you are dissatisfied, but because you refuse to accept stagnation. Understand this. Complacency is the greatest threat to greatness. You must seek discomfort daily. Growth happens at the edges of your ability. Continue learning. Read, study, absorb wisdom. Set new challenges. If you are not pushing yourself, you are falling behind. Surround yourself with excellence. Never be the most disciplined person in the room. Find those who push you further. This is not just a 7-day challenge. This is the foundation of a lifetime of transformation. Step 5. Become the example. Others follow. You have done what most people never will. You have proven that transformation is possible. Now it is your responsibility to lead by example. The world does not need more people who blend into the background. It needs those who rise, who inspire, who demand more from themselves and others. People will watch you. They will see the shift in your energy, in your discipline, in your presence. And some will be inspired. Some will ask, "How did you do it?" Do not just tell them, show them. Live in such a way that your existence itself is proof of what is possible. Your future starts now. 7 days ago, you were one version of yourself. Today you stand transformed. This is not a temporary high. This is your new reality. And if you can do this in a single week, imagine what you can do in a month, in a year, in a lifetime. Most people will wake up tomorrow exactly the same as they were today. But you have chosen the path of absolute transformation. The only question that remains is this: will you continue this path, or will you let yourself slip back into mediocrity? The choice is yours. But remember, once you see the truth, you can never unsee it. You now have the blueprint. The only thing left is for you to execute.